The year finally comes to an end, and we look back and reflect on what was served to us in these eventful 12 months. In the world of smartphones, we saw over 500 new models, many of them great in one way or another. As my colleagues share their top 5 choices for 2022, we can normally identify some trends. Some love the foldables, others went for camera phones. I just like premium devices in general. I have been writing about mobile technology for over 10 years. I have seen plenty of innovation and evolution, but I genuinely believe 2022 was the best year to have a flagship. And that's why my top 5 list consists of the true flagships of 5 major manufacturers. They aren't in any particular order, mind, I like them all equally. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. This smartphone has been around since February. It was launched as a substitute for the Galaxy Note series that are now discontinued, and I was skeptical whether users were ready for the change. It felt strange to have a Samsung Galaxy S phone with an S Pen, and the distinct Note design with the sharp edges didn't sit well with me. My worries were quickly extinguished when I got to use the phone for a while. The camera was slightly improved from the already very capable Galaxy S21 Ultra, and the user interface was a joy to work with. The S Pen is a great addition that brings all the neat features initially reserved for the Galaxy Note series. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is one chunky boy. It is incredibly tall and wide, and its sharp edges make it tough to handle. Luckily, humans are creatures of adaptation, and the size wasn't an issue after the first few days. The trade-off for such a big device is the screen is big, the battery is big and long-lasting, and it can cram everything needed to be a powerhouse. Google Pixel 7 Pro. I love taking photos, and naturally, people would think I'd get a smartphone with a mighty telephoto lens. I love taking pictures of animals from a distance without bothering them, and you need a long zoom for this. The Pixel 7 Pro came with 5x optical zoom, even if the sensor is smaller than the predecessor. It also has OIS, but most importantly, it comes with Google's unrivaled algorithm for providing clear photos. Unlike Samsung, I love Google's concept of bringing bright colors without oversaturating the image, where contrast goes through the roof. I also love the algorithm in night photos. In my opinion, Google provides the best and the most accurate details. They do not look overly processed, and the camera seems to know what it sees instead of trying to figure it out through computational science. Huawei Mate 50 Pro. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I still believe Huawei can get back on track. I have met a lot of high-level executives from the company, based in all corners of the world, and one thing unites them all: their determination to keep Huawei a thing despite the geopolitical challenges. The Huawei Mate 50 Pro is the latest testament. Yes, the phone lacks the obvious services many of us are using daily, but it makes do remarkably well with the company's suite of apps. Pedal Search works lovely, Pedal Maps has all the essential features we need from other navigation apps, and the way App Gallery looks beyond its store for applications is an interesting take on circumventing the current restrictions. Of course, this is a list about phones, so here's why I think the Huawei Mate 50 Pro is worth it. It looks good, and performs well, and the screen and the battery life are nothing short of astounding. I like pretty much everything about it. It is slightly more expensive than I would like, and it lacks 5G for the same reasons it doesn't have GMS, but these are not deal breakers in my world. I want a phone to be an eye grabber, perform well and capture amazing photos from a distance, and the Mate 50 Pro does all this and more. Xiaomi 12s Ultra. While we are on the topic of phones with major flaws, I am extremely disappointed with Xiaomi and how it handled the 12s Ultra launch. Yes, we got the phone with us, but our team did the review with the elephant in the room looking over our shoulder the entire time. The phone's limited to China, which surely puts a damper on Xiaomi's claim to be a top-notch manufacturer. That said, having had the chance to spend time with the Xiaomi 12s Ultra, and I loved the device the moment it got into my hands. The camera design is delightful. Instead of having a mess of sensors and a screen, like the Mi 11 Ultra, we have one big circle and a leather back. Everything is cleaner and minimalistic, which is a win in my world. As stated in this article, I want the phone to perform well. And this Xiaomi flagship does exactly that. It came with the newest chipset, a big QHD Plus screen, and a powerful battery with fast wireless charging. Of course, the 1-inch type camera with PDAF and OIS is the main talking point. Xiaomi tuned the camera processing with Leica, meaning we have a mode called Leica Authentic. It reproduces true-to-life colors, something many other smartphones are missing with their oversaturation for the sake of images that pop up. I want to remember the moments as they are, with all their dark undertones, shadows, and imperfections, and thankfully Leica provides this in the 12S Ultra. Apple iPhone